Greetings, Skylords! Nature is one of the 4 pure factions of Skylords Reborn. Its adaptive playstyle makes it a favorite among both beginners and veterans. Let's explore the cards and abilities that make this faction so unique. The Nature faction feels like a living organism where not only the units, but even some of the buildings are alive. The Root Network system is the most striking example of this, but the Green Orb offers even more. The strongest healing spells in the game, a wide selection of crowd control abilities across all tiers, and, last but not least, the Tunnel system, which enables entire armies to reposition in an instant, allowing for effective defense or sudden strikes. Because many strong cards need only a single Nature Orb, the faction is a popular choice in multicolored decks. Combined with its broad range of support spells and abilities, it's no surprise that most teams welcome a Nature player in their ranks. This video will focus on pure Nature cards and decks, while hybrid factions will be covered in future videos. Tier 1 Nature is stacked with strong options, giving you the foundation of your Nature toolkit. You can start a root strategy with Tree Spirits, which remain useful even at Tier 2. You can also use Root Nexus to set up larger networks. For crowd control, Nature offers Stranglehold, Hurricane, and Ensnaring Roots, which are perfect alongside a unit-focused start, and especially powerful when combined with Windweavers, or the only Tier 1 flying unit in the game, Mana Wing. If your units take damage, Surge of Light and Shamans let you keep the pressure going. The already mentioned Tunnel system becomes available as early as Tier 1, and Burrow Ritual remains a strong choice even in higher tiers. In addition to crowd control, Nature also features mind control mechanics in every tier. At Tier 1, the Amazon can temporarily take over enemy units, turning the tide in difficult battles. On top of all of that, there are powerful support cards like Mark of the Keeper to disable ranged units, Dryad for damage reduction and debuffs, and the Fountain of Rebirth to heal all friendly units on the map. As you can see, you can easily fill your 20 deck slots with just Tier 1 cards, and there are countless strategies to explore. Nature Tier 2 comes with an interesting challenge. The faction is very unit-focused, with expensive cards like Deep One that need support to stay alive. But Nature lacks strong ranged options to quickly burst down key targets. Spirit Hunters deal massive damage over time, especially if they poison multiple enemies by switching between them. But since poison doesn't stack, players often keep using Windweavers into Tier 2. The same issue applies to Parasite, one of Nature's few direct damage spells. It deals 800 damage over 10 seconds and can jump to up to 10 enemies if they're close together. While powerful on paper, it often requires crowd control tools to get full value from this costly spell. Tier 2 also unlocks one of the most iconic and versatile Nature units in the game, Parasite Swarm. While useful as a flying XL counter, Parasite Swarm also provides a powerful mind control ability, allowing you to take over a wide variety of enemies and collect an army of Unbound units. If you want to learn more about Unbound units and energy flow, check out our dedicated video on the topic. Both Deep One and Parasite Swarm are expensive, but Nature has a tool to compensate: Breeding Grounds. This building reduces the cost of every unit summoned nearby, including your teammates, making it a fantastic support card. With double Nature Tier 2, you also gain access to one of the best CC spells, Creeping Paralysis. For just 50 power, it can disable up to 10 units for 20 seconds, and unlike frozen units, paralyzed enemies take full damage. If you decided to go for a root deck, Tier 2 is where things really get interesting. Living Tower provides a powerful defensive option, while Spike Roots deliver incredible multi-target damage, so long as they're properly supported, of course. Once Tier 3 is reached, the Root Network allows pure Nature to turn into one of the strongest defenders in the game. Razorleaf provides incredible range and can strike both air and ground units. A single Thornbark provides 3 support to the network, meaning just 2 are enough to bring a single Razorleaf to its max attack power. Thanks to Sylvan Gate, you can extend your route network over large distances, keeping your support units stationary while moving your attackers forward. The gate also doubles as a tunnel, letting you summon your units at breeding grounds and send them directly where they are needed. But the tunnel system has another powerful addition, the Deep Coil Worm, a massive unit that takes reduced damage while moving across the map. It can transform itself into a tunnel, allowing you to send units across the battlefield in the blink of an eye. Nature's Tier 3 also shines in global support. Wheel of Gifts, Healing Gardens, and Shrine of Memory all provide powerful team-wide benefits. The Shrine is especially strong, boosting Void Return by 400% with no conditions attached. On the unit side, Abyssal Warder is a mighty XL creature with a unique ability. When it dies, it splits into 2 large golems, which then split again into 4 medium ones. Losing the unit can therefore be beneficial, especially when combined with the card Promise of Life. This allows you to charge into a camp and sacrifice your Abyssal Warder, which will then be resurrected by the spell alongside its smaller spawns, while also freeing the power the unit was binding. Nature's Tier 3 spell options are equally versatile. Revenge offers both damage reduction and reflection, while Thunderstorm damages large groups over time. Meanwhile, Swarm lets you summon burrowers right where they are needed, tearing down spawners at the back of the base while your main force fights the army at the entrance. And then there's one of the most unique spells in the game, Enlightenment. This costly spell lets you play any card in your deck without orb or color restrictions. You'll still need to pay the power cost, but this allows you to summon a heavy color-restricted card, like Avatar of Frost, or a Tier 4 card while only having access to 3 monuments. Sometimes it might be more efficient to push for Tier 4 naturally, but the option gives nature unmatched flexibility. At Tier 4, nature's most iconic card is without question the Forest Elder. It perfectly complements nature's unit-focused playstyle, acting as a mobile breeding grounds that heals allies while dealing heavy damage. Reinforcements can be summoned cheaply and on the front lines for all teammates, an effect that should never be underestimated. The green affinity grants a powerful damage buff to nearby units, while the blue affinity removes collision slowdowns, letting your army reach the key points of a camp faster. Not as iconic, but certainly among the most played cards are Giant Worm, a strong flying unit, Grimvine, a versatile and tanky melee fighter, and Regrowth, a powerful Tier 4 healing spell. Each of these only requires a single nature orb, allowing you to splash for them in many decks, and their lower rarity makes them easier to collect. When it comes to stats, Colossus is comparable to Grimvine, but the 3 nature orbs required result in powerful options. It can be spawned undazed directly at the front line, has swift movement, and its active ability allows it to trample enemies, making it an excellent card to push forward. Combined with the spell Sanctuary, which disables ranged attacks and reduces crowd control duration on your army, Colossus becomes a fearsome front row fighter. Among Tier 4 spells, one of the strongest across all factions is Mind Control. This spell allows you to take over powerful enemy key units, weakening their army while strengthening your own. Best of all, the controlled units are unbound, allowing you to get energy spent on the spell back from the Void Pool, while keeping the unit on the battlefield. Other noteworthy options include Howling Shrine, a powerful tower for root decks, Noxious Cloud, another potent damage over time spell, and Primeval Watcher, a powerful ranged unit with a paralyzing ability. Finally, nature offers some more situational tools like Greenpeace, which is perfect for defensive plays, as it disables aggression on both sides, or Lifestream, a building that absorbs some of the damage friendly units take, allowing your frontline fighters to outlast their opponents. As we move through the tiers, one thing becomes clear. Nature is a unit-driven faction. Its identity is built around support and crowd control, with just a handful of damage over time spells that only affect units. Where nature truly shines is in team play, with buffs that strengthen not just you, but every ally on the battlefield. Unlike PvE, nature is not a beginner-friendly faction for PvP. Its expensive units leave little room for mistakes and demand precise micromanagement. On the other hand, it does have strong tools. Hurricane easily handles small units, while Roots can pin down medium ones to be finished off from range. With good control, a Shaman in the back line can keep your army alive without relying too heavily on Surge of Light, and a Blue Dryad reduces the damage your troops take. Speaking of Surge of Light, it's almost always worth using if you can heal 2 or more units and keep up the pressure, but good timing is key. If you manage to reach Tier 2, perhaps even with a lead thanks to strong units, spells and micro, you gain many ways to close out the fight. Deep One can quickly destroy a power well with CC and heals to back it up. For similar power costs, a Burrower split attack can overwhelm the opponent, and you could even add tunnels for hit-and-run tactics where you retrieve your units to heal and redeploy. Parasite Swarm is an incredible counter to some key cards of other factions. Its ability to steal a War Eagle or Skyfire Drake should never be underestimated, and it is a strong answer to Harvester due to its XL damage bonus. While the damage of Spirit Hunters is low, their poison cannot be ignored. If you manage to constantly switch targets, you can kill entire armies with just a bit of CC support. Ghost Spears are very energy efficient M and S counters, and Spike Root is especially strong if you can line up its attack for multiple hits. Perhaps the most micro-intensive PvP card in Tier 2 is the Energy Parasite. For just 50 power, you can get a unit that cannot be ignored. They can harass distant power wells and force a response from your opponent, since using their ability successfully puts you ahead in power immediately. Combining their assault with a strike force on the other side of the map is often the key to victory. Tier 3 nature is trickier. The signature unit Abyssal Warder is very matchup dependent, so many players instead turn to Mo as a game ender. Thunderstorm can melt large groups, and Fathom Lord helps defend against single unit pushes like Juggernauts. Some players, however, skip Tier 3 entirely in favor of more tools in the early game. This opens up room for cards like Mumbo Jumbo, which increases the damage a single unit takes, while also preventing your opponent from spawning units or casting spells if it was the only unit present. This effect can be a useful tool for both early and late game. For those who prefer experimental strategies, Enlightenment can open the door to powerful Tier 4 plays. But approaches like this rely heavily on smart use of energy parasites to gather enough power to pull them off. Keep in mind that balance patches, new cards, and meta shifts can change which cards are being played in PvP. If you want to find out the current recommendation for an up-to-date deck and matchups, check the forum link to our PvP guide in the video description, or join the discussion on Discord. That wraps up our look at the Nature faction. We hope this overview sparked your interest to explore its many strategies and mechanics. If you'd like to learn more, including the design philosophies behind the faction, check out our deep dive. You will find the link in the description. Now we'd love to hear from you. What is your favorite Nature card, and what faction would you like us to cover next? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're there, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you in the Forge, fellow Skylords!